Welcome to Plastic Profiles, everyone. How are y'all doing today?
How's everybody out there?
I can't hear you. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome to Plastic Profiles. I'm AgentChuckles, and with me on this magical journey is my co-host,
Steve the Writing Dad. What's going on?
Steve the Writing Dad. You know him, you love him. You want to ride on the back of a motorcycle with him. Ride to live to ride. So what we do here on Plastic Profiles is we analyze a classic G.I. Joe file card and the character that went along with it. And we also take that and review, compare those classic figures. I'm messing this one up. With the modern classified retro. Your hands are messing me up. Classified retro. The classified retro versions. Determine which of those two characters is more like the character described in the original file card. And if you like what we do here, please be sure to click that like button, subscribe, share it, yell it from the rooftops or the moon tops, whichever you're on. So today we are here for Shipwreck.
Shipwreck.
So much. Shipwreck is just a blast. He is fun. You know, the more I think about it, the more he's kind of like the Han Solo, of the at least in the cartoons, he's kind of portrayed that way as this, love him and leave him and swashbuckling kind of guy.
Yeah, he was always so cool, man.
With his 7-foot tall bird. He'll rip your arms off if you cheat at Savak. Okay. So that being said, we get all of our classic G.I. Joe images from 3D Joes. A new feature that has somehow been added to this is me singing a ditty.
That's right.
This will be my first foray into what you can call it hip hop. I don't know that. Yeah, it's in the style of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme.
Okay, got it.
The style is not that song.
No. I got the
no. But if you hear the beat,
the flow,
that's similar to that song.
All right,
but not that song. Oh boy.
Let's do it. Start the show.
Get off your butt. Here we go.
Oh, that's right. Get it in.
As a white man, I have to start grooving before the song. Here we go. Now, this is a story all about how my G.I. Joe collecting turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit real still, and I'll tell you why I'm a 3D Joe shill. Central Florida, born and raised, playing with toys is how I spent my days, trading and sharing with my friends so cool, while I'm losing any pieces that I take to school. Fast forward to my 40s, still playing with toys, but they're missing all the pieces. Don't sweat it, boy. The easiest way to get your figures completed is use 3D Joes to find the parts that are needed. That's all I got.
Yeah. You get an applause for that one, dude. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no.
Good for you.
Simmer down.
No, I love it. Oh, good for you.
Oh, Dave, what have you done? Okay. Dave absorbed vids has got me on this. Okay. So let's get into the man of the hour and so that we'll probably spend on this, hopefully a little less, but let's see. Mr. Shipwreck. So he is a sailor, if you can believe it or not, from his costume. Code name Shipwreck. Full name Delgado Hector X. Primary. Now here's a funny thing. This is a Mandela moment. I thought somewhere it said that X didn't mean anything, meaning he didn't have a middle initial, and I can't remember where I saw that from. I thought it was on the file card. But maybe it was in a comic or something somewhere. But or maybe it was another character that has an X that doesn't mean anything. Oh, was it Tollbooth? I can't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's get back to it. File name Delgado Hector X. Primary military specialty gunner's mate. Secondary military specialty machinist. Place of birth Chula Vista, California. Grade CPO, Chief Petty Officer. Shipwreck grew up in the shadow of the Navy, especially the shadow, specifically the shadow of the sprawling San Diego Navy Yards. He enlisted at the youngest possible age with his parents' permission and proceeded to serve with distinction in the Mekong Delta, where hand-to-hand fighting with river pirates, smugglers, and insurgents was the order of the day. He put in time at Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and Yokosuka, and was on hand at certain carrier-initiated operations in the Middle East. I like how they do that certain, because I'm going to guess that there's just so many carrier operations. You just pick one, and maybe that
was one of those.
Yeah, like they're being specific, but not being specific at the same time.
Can't tell you which one, guys.
No, a specific one. He may have been certain ones.
I'm just saying.
He graduated Naval Gunnery School, Great Lakes, qualified as expert M16, M14, Browning 50 cal, 20 Mike, or I've never had to say this out loud, Orlikin anti-aircraft gun, Orlikin M19 11A1. I like how they go 20 millimeter aircraft gun and a pistol. He knows how to use a pistol.
Throw that in there.
Yeah, just pistol. Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah.
It's not what he comes with, but he's got one. Shipwreck is your quintessential sailor. He can splice a line, fry powdered eggs in the tooth of a gale and eat them, tell taller tales in a Senate Appropriations Committee, and take a 3-day liberty in Thule, Greenland, and come back. That button's in the way. That button's in the way. Smiling. Yeah. So there's a fair amount here to work with. There's actually quite a bit here. I didn't cover every single little bit they picked. They mentioned, because there is, I mean, to go into Guantanamo Bay on its own is a lot.
And that's the thing. Like, so when I read the file card, you hear the Mekong Delta, even if you don't know what it is, automatically you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. And then hand-to-hand fighting with river pirates, dude, he's freaking Indiana Jones almost. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing that stands out to me is him as a 18-year-old with a full beard. But Dad, let me in. No, probably 17. I want to go into the Navy, or whatever his voice. You can hear him begging his parents.
Come on,
Mom. I want to go into the Navy. Not great, but Shipwreck is.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot a quote. Dang it. So here is a quote mark. So here is the quote for you. Don't try to guess now. They will build up. Maybe you'll get one after the next couple. So the first clue is, where you can find pleasure, search the world for treasure. All right. Okay. Anyways, so we go into Naval Station Great Lakes is where he got his training. NAVSTA Great Lakes is the home of the United States Navy's only current boot camp as of 1993, located near Chicago in Lake County, Illinois. Important tenant commands include the Recruit Training Command, Training Support Center, and Navy Recruiting District, Chicago. Naval Station Great Lakes is the largest military installation in Illinois and the largest training station in the Navy. The base has 1,153 buildings situated on 1,628 acres. They're taking up space, and has 69 miles of roadway to provide access to the base's facilities. Within the Naval Service, it has several different nicknames, including the quarterdeck of the Navy, or more derogatory, the Great Mistakes, because it's on the Great Lakes.
The Great Mistakes.
Yeah. So yes. Okay. So the next quote. Yes, you can sail the 7 seas. Yes, you can sail the 7 seas. Don't answer yet. I feel like you know it. Just wait. So we know he's a chief petty officer. according to his file card. But what's going on his rank on the figure there? So I looked, and so there's a chief yeoman. Has got those two little cross marks. I'm not actually sure what those are supposed to be. Maybe knives. I'm not sure. The chief petty officer has two anchors, and then a chief gunner's mate has two crossed cannons. And so I'm gonna guess those are supposed to be the crossed cannons because it could be the yeoman or the gunner's mate, but the file says he was a gunner's mate, so that's what we're going to go with. So we're still on board. We're on track here. Everything's good and makes proper sense. All right, here's another quote. Yes, you can put your mind at ease. Yes, you can put your mind at ease. Okay. The Gunner's Mate A School is held at Naval Training Center, Great Lakes, Illinois, and Yorktown, Virginia for the U.S. Coast Guard, which we're not really talking about, but it was there, so I included it. In its early years, the school was very hands-on, but is now primarily conducted through technical educational tools, such as self-study computer-based training. Training focuses on the operation, maintenance, and troubleshooting of naval guns, missile launchers, and torpedoes, as well as strong emphasis on basic explosives guidance and tracking systems, small arms, naval ammunition classification, and safety. So yeah, self-study all you want about explosives. I don't know.
No.
Sounds fun.
I'm trying to listen to you, right? But I'm also trying to put together, like, I feel is like the guess. I feel like I can get this one.
You're still trying to guess. Yeah.
Yes. While you're talking, I'm trying to pay attention, but then I just keep thinking, like, where I know I've heard this before. My bad is what I'm saying.
I'm sure you have. Okay, I'll give you a clue. You might have been roller skating when you heard this song.
Oh.
At least in the States, roller skating culture in the 80s.
I got it.
You ready to take a guess now?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the group, man?
I'll give you any credit
the Village People.
That's right.
In the
That's
Navy.
The group. Yep,
in the Navy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job.
God,
at least that's what I meant it to be. I may have typed it wrong.
Hard. You gave me an easy one though. This was a pretty, this was a pretty easy one. Pretty easy.
All right. Good job.
All right.
Upon completion of this basic training, enlisted members often continue on to specialized C school, where they learn a particular weapon system. A gunner's mate will specialize in a multitude of weapons, varieties, arms such as shotguns, semi-automatic and automatic rifles, pistols, submachine guns, machine guns, explosives, both portable and large-scale mounted weapons systems, and various rockets, torpedoes, and missiles. A GM may care for and assist in operating shooting ranges, armories, and the storage and maintenance of arms. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so we already know the song, but come on now, people, make a stand. So going back to the Mekong Delta stuff, so this was a pretty big operation during Vietnam era on the Mekong Delta, and it's very possible he was there. Operation Game Warden. So Operation Game Warden was a joint operation conducted by the U.S. Navy and South Vietnamese Navy in order to deny Viet Cong access to resources in the Mekong River Delta. Game Warden and its counterpart, Operation Market Time, are considered to be two of the most successful U.S. naval actions during the Vietnam War. The principal objective of Operation Game Warden sought to interdict the Viet Cong infiltration of South Vietnam in the Mekong Delta. The Navy officially expounded upon this objective in February 1966, when it stated that the Task Force 116's mission was to crack down on the transportation of Viet Cong troops and supplies on the ample inland waterways, eliminate enemy lines of communication, enforce nighttime curfews, and defend the main shipping channels to Saigon, open with constant patrolling and minesweeping in the Long Tao River. So basically they're making sure that there's no, they've got the river heavily patrolled and guarded, trying to keep the riverways clear so that supplies, the enemy can't get supplies through.
Nice.
So, what is the United States Navy's tattoo policy? Of course, we do have the last quote. Can't you see we need a hand? So, unauthorized areas are head, face, and scalp. You can't get a tattoo in the Navy on your head, face, or scalp. Tattoos are not allowed to be seen through whites. So if it's very dark, it's not going to work. Other restricted areas, you can have one neck tattoo that cannot extend more than 1 inch in any direction. So you can have a little name, little Polly. You can get Polly. I can get Polly tattooed on my neck. You can have hand tattoos as long as they meet the content requirements. So if you look on the little graph there, allowed areas are in that teal color, which is the entire body minus the head and neck. So tattoos related to gangs, extremists, and supremacist organizations advocating those things are not allowed, obviously. So that's fun because Shipwreck's got the the tattoos. So it's like, is that real? Can you have that? Yeah, you can have that.
Nice.
So it's qualified weapons. We got the M4. Oh, my graphics have messed up. The M14, the M16, the M2 Browning, the M1911A1, and then the picture in the top right corner is the 20 millimeter anti-aircraft, the Orlikon gun. And so you can kind of get an image of him shooting these things. So the M2 is probably mounted on a boat somewhere, side of a ship or something, and then the anti-aircraft carriers or anti-aircraft gun would be mounted onto, some bigger vessel. So you can kind of see what he does there. Nice. And the pistol. So none of the weapons he actually comes with are on here, which I just always think is funny. Well, we're gonna give him a pirate pistol, but no. Yeah. Shipwreck's 1985 packaging. Just this is a poster all day for me. I would definitely hang this up. I don't like the boarding hooks or whatever, being so close because they're just awkward looking. But this is all day. Awesome art.
Nice.
I like that the bird's not even phased by the explosion. He's just like, let's do it.
And they're like, let's go. No ruffled feathers at all.
Actually, he's kind of like, your hair's not regulation anymore, sailor.
It's time for a trim.
Yeah, let me get that for you. High and tight, you mangy bird. All right, the 1985 Shipwreck breakdown. He comes with Polly the bird. He has a percussion pistol, is what they're calling that, or flintlock is what I'm calling that. Boarding hooks, and he's got the sweet blue jeans.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. An attitude that lasts for days.
Oh gosh.
So the classic classified Shipwreck box. The art on this box, the portrait there of Shipwreck, was done by Oliver Barrett. We've said that name several times in this show. OliverBarrett.com is where you can find him, on Instagram, and Oliver Barrett.
That's right.
Oliver, Barrett. And he's done a lot of packaging for G.I. Joe. And so he's probably should have been mentioned even more. But at some point, they stopped talking about the artists that have done the work. And though I've tried to track down who's done what, it's not always that easy. So you could probably assume he's done a lot. Yeah. And so there's actually a picture, and I should have put it on here, of him actually. So the Oliver Barrett's process is he'll take a picture of himself doing something, and then he'll draw that, or
that's pretty cool.
He's not just a draw or a penciler, but I mean, then he'll create it based on the picture of him. Alex Ross does the same thing. If you look at all his superheroes, they all kind of look like him.
That's pretty cool.
Here's me with hair and a red cape. Here's me with a Batman mask on, and then here's me, and But yeah. So the classified Shipwreck breakdown. He has 2 pistols. He does have his percussion pistol piratey thing. It's a little different style, but it still gets the point across. He does have a regular pistol as well. What's that?
He had the wrist strap so he doesn't lose it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm prone to getting drunk and dropping all my guns. He does come with Polly, who has a peg leg. All right. And he has a rope that doesn't rope, but it does look cool around his chest. So I appreciate that. He has a hook that you can hook to that rope. And then he has an extra hairpiece, so you can give him the R&R Shipwreck or little hat Shipwreck.
Mhm.
Yeah, very cool. He's also got some super sweet chest hair.
Yeah, the hamburger meat coming out. Oh.
He's a he's a what? Well, hamburger meat?
Yeah, man, you got the hamburger meat coming out. It's showing, you know what I mean? That's what you call the chest hair when it pops out like that, bro.
I have never heard that.
I'm dead
Okay.
serious, man. Yeah, you go
That's
down to
fun.
Miami, man. They call it. That's what I'm telling you.
Hamburger meat.
New York and Miami, man. There's that hamburger meat coming out your chest.
So I'm gonna go around today calling it my hamburger meat, and everyone's gonna give me some weird looks today.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Look at him with all that hamburger meat.
Yeah, look at that. You know
Hamburger meat. Moving on. See the writing dad. Who walks the plank?
Oh man, I love the classified figure.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the original. It was a cool figure when I was a kid. Great, but the detail that comes into, you know, the classified, man, it's the same figure, you know.
I feel like you're already arguing with me.
No, no, not at all. I know where you're gonna go with this because it's the same figure, but man, just the overall detail of it, man. I absolutely love this figure. It is one of my top fives. Like seriously, I love this figure that much. You know?
Yeah. Yep. It is. He is a great figure. Both are great figures, no doubt. But you know what? I like to think that when people think I'm going to zig, I'm going to zag, and that's going to be today. I'm zigging. I'm zagging. I'm picking classified Shipwreck, and I will justify it. I will justify it based on the hooks, and the extra pistol they've given him. Now, you know, we might look back at my track record and go, yeah, but no, it's different for this one. That the hat too comes off. I just feel like this is the ultimate Shipwreck,
right?
For this version, with Polly. Even though this Polly should have had different wings, they should have given him ability to fly or something, or it looked like he's flying.
That would have been really neat.
And they could have. You know, I wish it came with that chain. If you see the Shipwreck, the image I'm using there, but the fact that you can hook onto that chain is pretty cool, and I may steal that. But and then the rope accessory that goes around, because I lost that rope boarding hooks, the original ones, pretty much right away.
Yeah.
But on the classified, that rope it's his costume, it's his accessory piece now, like it's his costume.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going classified Shipwreck against what I would normally do, because I think it is just that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we have reached the end of that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. In just under half an hour too. Very good. So now is the time of the show where we, you know it. You love it. I love it. So it weirds me out when you get that excited about it. It's casting call, y'all.
Yeah.
Casting call, where we cast, in this instance, Shipwreck from Chula Vista, California, where we cast an actor or actress from California to play Shipwreck or not. Because why, Steve?
Because we're rebels.
Because we are rebels. And yeah, so I'm gonna let you go first, Steve, because I've got some splaining to do.
Oh, okay.
No, I've got a little longer thing. So I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
And I'm going to add it to stage.
My man, Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. Yes. Ren Man, the Ren Dog.
Yo, I think he's an actor, and I think he can play, you know, every aspect of this character. You know, if there's a little bit of comedy, he got it. You know, there's bad guyness, He got it. Tough guy. He got it. Hand-to-hand fight scenes. He's got it. You know, so this is my dude. I could see him.
And according to those images you chose, battle damaged, you got it.
Yeah.
2 of those pictures are from him after his accident.
Yeah, man. Like, yo,
Ooh,
the dude, he's a real life hero, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He is definitely a hero. Yeah.
So, yeah. That's
very
the dude.
Good. Very good.
One of my favorite scenes of him, and I'm going to put this out there, is how much of a fan I am, is in The Town. All right. Ben Affleck comes to him. Jeremy Renner's character sitting on the couch watching TV. Ben Affleck's character comes in. He says, I need your help. All right. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it. And we're going to hurt some people.
Yeah.
He just looks at him. He said, whose car are we going to take?
Yeah.
I swear, one of my favorite scenes of all time. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
No questions asked, man. Let's go.
That's a good one. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, so I have an honorable mention, a runner-up. Jack Nicholson in The Last Detail is what is generally accepted, I believe, if I have the story correct, where the voice actor got the inspiration for the voice he uses is from Jack Nicholson in The Last Detail.
Really?
So if you listen to it now, if you hear Shipwreck talk now you hear, you know, I'm a smarmy pirate, you know, or whatever. You know, it sounds, that's the worst Jack Nicholson I've ever done. But yeah, so so he's my runner-up. And who could be better than Jack Nicholson as Shipwreck? Well, in my mind, it would be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think he could. I think he could be a good Shipwreck. He's already got the beard in that picture.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a little bit of the goof, he can do the goof. If you want serious dramatic, he can do serious dramatic. He's done his fair bit of military roles.
Nice.
That's who I would cast as Shipwreck. Yeah.
I like it. I like that a lot. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. And so that's the show, everybody. So we haven't done this in a while, but every once in a while, we like to have Steve set us down for a little talking to, a little heart to heart, if you will. And I will all the time.
Oh.
A little segment that we call
Hey everybody, you know, I just want to share this. My youngest started school this year, you know, and it's amazing. You know, you got to watch him walk in. He comes out like a little man, and I get the honor of picking him up from school, him and my daughter. She's in first grade, so that's tiny little beings. He's coming out one day, and immediately he falls. I mean, he falls hard, you know, on the asphalt. Right away, all the teachers are running. Other parents are coming in, and you know they want to help this kid up so badly, right? Because he's a cute kid. He fell, you know, and I kind of like raised my voice a little bit. Nope, leave him alone. So now, you know, people are looking at me like I'm crazy, right? But what did my son do? Nobody made a big deal out of it. He fell. He picked himself back up. And then when he did, he looked at me and he smiled because he knew that I was there waiting, because I had my arms open to him with a smile on my face, waiting for him to get up. Then I hugged him. I gave him the praise. I checked if he was hurt. You know, then I went in. And all that's to say is, if we constantly try to pick up our kids right away, they don't learn how to pick themselves up. They need to get hurt a little bit. They need to experience things. And I would be doing my children a disservice if I always stepped in. If it's something that is physically harmful, I might offer some cautionary words, you know, and I'll be there just in case. But sometimes they have to go through this process, man, because that's how they learn. That's how they learn how to navigate the world. That's how they learn how to achieve things and combat stress. And that's huge. So love your children, but let them, you know, do their little rough and tumble thing sometimes, man. It'll be a huge benefit to them.
And that was just a tip from Steve and the Writing Dad. Thank you very much, Steve.
Oh,
you heard it from him first, folks. Leave your kids alone.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. You know, put a little litter box in one side of the room, a gallon of water in the other.
Tell them to rub some dirt on it.
They'll figure it out. Like,
there's been kids for millions of years. Just they'll work it out. So again, that brings us to the end of the show. Or now that brings us to the end of the show. If you enjoyed it, if you had a good time, if you look forward to seeing what we do in the future, please be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that like button, share with everyone you know, everywhere you can. You know, we'll take anything at this point. No, we're not desperate. We just want it all.
No, everything.
Give me more. I want more. I'm hungry, hungry hippo.
No, come on, man. I should be full, but I'm not.
I want more.
Wow.
MOWR, more.
Go.
We also, Steve and the Writing Dad and I, do have various social medias. Steve just mentioned about his Writing Dad ness. I like to take toy pictures and toy photography. All of our social media particulars will be in the description down below. Please be sure to visit us. Give us a subscribe or a whatever you like. Whatever you like. Do it. You can even hate watch us. I know who you are. And
it's not as good as you think. Okay.
Your words don't hurt me much.
Today.
And so that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. Till next time.
Yeah.
Yo Joe, everybody.
Yo Joe, guys.